What's the main takeaway from this webinar? Looking at the power pillar going forward, what have we learned? Tina, we'll come back to you to start.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been mentioned here several times, but both Cody and Jaco as well, that we need to think of the energy transition as a system, or look at the system as a whole, not only focus on small parts or modules. We need to move fast, and for sure getting more renewables in will help a lot, but hydrogen is then, of course, the great carrier connecting all this together. So we have work to do ahead, but with all the great initiatives out there, I do think we're paving a good direction, and policy is also following up with new efforts. So I think 2022 has been the greatest year this far, and I can only wait to see what's happening else in 2023.
Me too, and Jaco, we'll come to you next.
Yeah, two words come into my mind. It's cooperation and communication. So if you look at cooperation, Cody just talked about standards. Here in the Netherlands, I am the chairman of the standardization committee for hydrogen and fuel cells. And you know, it's exciting to see that there's so much cooperation globally on these topics. I mean, we have one hydrogen fueling nozzle for vehicles all over the world, where we still have different plugs for battery electric vehicles, for instance. You know, those things were standardized about 15 years ago. So that's a good example, I think, of early stage, you know, coordination. And you will need those kind of coordination on various topics globally, which I think everyone sees the urgency, and also is open for this kind of coordination and cooperation, which is wonderful. And you know, as Cody said, 2030, that's tomorrow. We need you know, you need these actions today. And the other thing is, and that's yeah, we have you know, the scientists here and the engineers here in the session. We need not, yeah, we just need to make sure we communicate outside our world, you know, to our outer stakeholders about what we are doing and why this is necessary, and the role of hydrogen in the energy system. Next to all the other, let's say, elements of the energy transition, so that we try to avoid that people are wasting each other's time by, you know, useless fights between apples and pears.
Thanks for that, Jaco. And finally, Cody, we'll come to you for the final words of this webinar.
Absolutely. So this webinar today, and what I've been seeing just in the last 3 months, is indicative of what needed to be happening, right? So we're now quit talking about cool applications. We're going to quit talking about everything has to do with fuel cells. We actually are now looking at how do you make this a reality. It's not sexy. It's not, you know, something that looks great on the back of a bumper sticker. But the infrastructure is the key, right? Without the infrastructure that we're all discussing today, this doesn't happen. And now with this renewed interest into infrastructure, it opens up the world for not only the media and the public to see hydrogen in a new light. It actually opens up investment opportunities. And so you're going to see a lot of people that have pent up demand for clean energy tech. And I like to use clean energy tech. I think we're going to be getting away from the color spectrum. I've been saying that for quite a while, but you're starting to see more and more people talking about the CI score, the carbon intensity score, and you're going to start seeing that. So we're going to be pretty much molecule agnostic, but every molecule is going to have a CI score associated with it. But that's all those debates are going to be put aside as we talk about rolling this out to the masses. And like I said, this webinar is one of the first I've been participating in, but only in the last 3 months have you started seeing this renewed focus. So I cannot tell you how much I appreciate having the discussion today, a great panelist here for us to get around the table and discuss. And I do foresee a lot of discussions on this topic in the next 9 months to 2 years.